Good morning, you guys. Today we are microneedling my skin, and I'm going to be going over all the doctor pens that I have in my arsenal. Watch my video from last week where I prepare my skin for microneedling by using my tripolar radio frequency device to warm up my skin. This morning I'm actually going to use this Elemis Superfood AHA cleansing butter. I also think it's important that everybody always watches me use things consistently, which is why when you come to my lives here, you will see a lot of the same products being used time and time again. And it's not because I have any deal with those brands. It's just because I think once I find something that I really like and I know a lot about because I've used it for a while, I feel like I can speak to it better. And if I'm changing products 24/7, it's just really hard to give any authenticity to it. So I think it's imperative that you see me using products consistently as much as I possibly can. And it's good for my skin anyways, so you know, it's like a win-win. Also, before we go any further, let's do the disclaimer. My videos are created with adult women in mind. My videos are not for children. I mark my content as 18+. This video is for educational purposes only. Unfortunately, it has become obvious to me that there is an attack on real information that helps real women. This gross censorship is appalling and abusive. Help me combat this attack on useful, true information by sharing this video with your friends and on your socials. This is my first doctor pen I ever got. This is like 10 years old. Guys, this doctor pen I got off of, like online somewhere, and I think it was like over $300 because this was like the first thing on the market where you could get an at-home pen, like an at-home microneedling pen. And I was like so excited about it. I was like, this is the most amazing thing. And I would show people like at the gym, I'd be like, did you see my cool new pen? That's kind of how me sharing skincare kind of started. People were like, what are you talking about? This one originally went up to 3 millimeters deep. They don't go that deep anymore. Most microneedling pens max out for home use, max out at 2.5 millimeters deep. That is very deep, you guys. 3 millimeters, that's like using on your body. I have microneedling videos where I used to go crazy deep at that depth. And I'm not saying it was the wrong decision. I'm just saying you don't need to go that deep to get the collagen induction you're after. So that was my first pen, and this one has to be plugged in. If you can even get your hands on this one, I mean, I don't even know where you can get them anymore because even the original A1s have been changed since this version. So anyways, that one has to be plugged in. Then we come to A6. A6 was the second pen I ever got, and the thing that I was super excited about on my A6 was that it had batteries. So I no longer needed to be plugged in while I was microneedling on camera. It made it so much easier because obviously making sure I have pen or cords everywhere is just kind of tricky. It is a weird battery system though. So you do have to charge these batteries, and you do that by plugging it in. So you have to charge these batteries with this, and there's like a plug for this somewhere, which I should probably find. But the A6 was a game changer for me because it was battery operated, and that's what I loved about it the most. It goes to 2.5 in depth. Keep in mind that if you choose whatever version of microneedling pen you choose, not all cartridges fit them. So just make sure that when you buy the microneedling device you want, you make sure that there's an ample supply of cartridges. The reason I share that with you is because a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to get the same A1 that you have. And my only concern with that is I wasn't sure how long the cartridges for this very old version were even going to be available anymore. So if you find that, make sure you find it with a good supply of cartridges. A7 was next. Now, the funny thing about the A7, I don't use it as much because the A7 came out and then it was like I got the M8 and it was like around a couple months apart. And so I never really got a lot of use out of my A7. Not that the A7 is bad or anything. I just always was using my Dr. Pen M8. I think because I like the look of it better. It also requires to be plugged in. So they went back to plugging in on the A7, and then the M8. And the M8 is what we'll be using today. The M8 does get plugged in, but I believe I can use it. Yes, I can use it battery powered too. So that's awesome. So it can be plugged in or used with a battery, and that's why it's my favorite. Plus, I just think of the models and how they look. This one is nice and metal all the way around. It just reminds me a lot of my more expensive Illuma pen. So I always feel like the M8 and the Illuma pen are very similar in build and quality. And that's the reason I like using the M8. Okay, so let's get these other ones out of here. And then really quick, remember that balm we put on my face? Let's get that out. All right, so I just pulled that off. I feel cleansed and soft, and you can see that the heat in my skin did go down. Let's talk what we're microneedling into our skin. First up, here is Stem Cell from Celltermi. This is sold here on Amazon. I like using an egg carton. Like, this is a ceramic egg carton, but look at these little vials we're gonna use. So it makes sense. You just like put your vials into each of your little holes, and you've got like this great easy to use thing, and then you can have a brush. I'm going to be using the Citron and Calendula Ampoule today. So it contains calendula flower water and citrus oil, as well as many plant extracts, which are good for skin calming. So I want to calm my skin. The calendula flower water is ideal for soothing irritation and redness of the skin. Citrus oil gives you an improved skin texture and tone. Perfect. And then I'm going to be coupling that with a collagen ampoule. So you can do one of these, you can do multiples, like you can just make your own microneedling facial. So this one says makes your skin elastic and brings your youth back. It contains hydrolyzed collagen that gives a moisture film the skin and prevents losing moisture when absorbed on the skin. It also contains tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E, which is famous for its antioxidant properties. Fantastic. So those are the two that I'm using out of this box today. So this is like our goldy one that has the soothing flowers in it. Do you know that word? Idebanone. So again, pouring it into our center one. And then here is our pinky one. This is the collagen one. So I'm going to basically do them in this order. I'm going to use my gold calming one first. Then I'm going to go into the Idebanone, which is supposed to help with anti-wrinkling. And then I'm going to go into my collagen. So I'm going to use my brush, and I'm going to pick up this gold, and I'm just going to start brushing it on my face. I adjust my depth based on where I am on my face. So I'm going to start at a 0.25 because we're not going deep again today, right? I'm going to go to a level 5 because at a low depth, the pen doesn't need as much time to move as far. So I find that you can do a faster one. And then as you increase depth, you need to decrease speed. All right. And then I always like to start in like my meatier areas just because it feels less intense initially. The forehead for me is one of the thinnest areas on my body, so I always have to be kind of mindful up there. So I'm just starting to get everything warm and getting this serum kind of opening up my skin. And then we'll start in the center of my forehead here, and then I'll work my way up into my forehead. And again, this is just like my first initial depth just to see how everything's feeling. You can do your upper eye. So again, I'm still at a 0.25 and I'm at a speed of 5. I'm gonna brush on more of my first ampoule. Look at, there are gold flecks in this. Huh. So I'm gonna go up to a 0.5 now. And again, I'm gonna be at a 5 still. And now we're gonna do our cheeks again. As I make this rosy, I'm going to then start putting in the Idabone or the CoQ10, that yellow one. I'm going to start painting that in so that I can really get this in. And then also over here, right, like in our temples, if I like smile or try to like boost that little like cheek apple area, I feel like it gives me like a little bit more thickness, obviously, and then I feel like it's kind of like easier. I don't know. So, okay. So now we're going to brush in that yellow one. And then we're going to then go on top of that again and just push it in. So I'm at a 0.5, which is half of 1 in case there was any confusion there. And I started off at a 0.25. Which is a quarter of 1. And my pen is against my face. And I'm just doing it in circles and letting the pen stab in and create that trauma. I'm not pushing hard. I'm just letting the pen glide as I do it in circles and letting it push in the product. I like to try to get right up underneath my eye. Even though I did fibroblast there, I feel like that area can actually, for whatever reason, take a lot. And I also want it to be stronger. And then I'm just like doing it down here. You could also do your lips. So you have like a lot of product on. So just don't go in the inside of your mouth, and just be careful because you do have bacteria in your mouth, and probably the best thing, which I didn't just do, but would be to do your lips last, just to avoid any, you know, spreading any bacteria from your mouth. Okay, let's get some more brushed in there. I like working with a lot of slip. Don't be stingy on yourself because you don't want to scratch your skin. You want it to be able to move freely. Oh, really, Vina? Oh, well, that's don't even worry about that. Like, lots of people only use one session or one serum per session. Like, that's okay. You know, I just have like a surplus of stuff. So it's nice to be able to use multiple things. It's like taking multiple vitamins at one time. Okay, so now we're just going to paint more of that yellow CoQ10 now on this side of our cheek, and we're going to get this side kind of going the way we did the other side. I'm still at a 0.5, and I'm actually going to let it I just kind of like pounce it in. It's always good to, in the middle of the session, to just check your cartridge and make sure that it's attached good. See, what ended up happening with this one, we're gonna get a new one, is that eventually the serum will get below the plate that's stabbing up and down, and then it just makes that noise. And if you're alone and not filming this or doing camera that work, then it doesn't matter, but it gets annoying to listen to. So again, I'm just like doing this into my eyes, my upper eyes, and my eyebrows, because guess what? Microneedling helps grow hair. And then we'll just do this here. And then we'll just go and do circles on our forehead. What is up here? Oh, that's a gold flake. Beautiful. Okay, I'm at that 0.25, so that means that I'm going to be able to run it just like really, really easily underneath my eyes too. So I'm just doing like a little bit of vibration underneath my eyes. And then again, 0.25 on my mouth that was just fibroblasted. And this is going to be the last microneedling I'm doing right now. So we're just going to do my lips really quick, and then we're just going to coat with all the serums that we have left, and then we're going to mask. So I'm going to put it at a 0.5 for my lips because lips are thicker. So let's see how that feels. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So let's just get these lips a little bit plumpy. Yeah, the GoPro is a great option. Yes, it can. In fact, Joe from Beauty from Korea, the Cell Termi he sells, he has one that's geared towards hair growth, and he has grown a ton of hair from microneedling his scalp and putting that stem in. So definitely check that out because he sells it here on Amazon. We also talk about them in our private app. So anyways, you guys, that's kind of it for today. That's what I wanted to share with you. I hope that I covered a lot of questions that you may have had on microneedling doctor pens and how they vary, pen cartridges, different ampoules you can use. And if you're watching this from YouTube, thank you. All the items will be listed below. And if you're here right now, you guys are the best. Thank you for keeping me company while I did this. And yes, make sure to join the app and go to our website as well. All right, you guys, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, you guys.
What you said, what I said, that might have made it worse. We're here again at the same spot where we kissed the first time. I swear my pain's far away, long gone by now. We've got a fire in the